things happen to people in this country. Since 2008, seen terrible bushfires in Victoria. We've had 3 once-in-a-century floods in Queensland. Many of you in your regions have seen terrible floods come through, other forms of natural disaster. So it's a country that's beautiful, but also can be very, very harsh on people. It's also a country where people are underinsured, and we do have injuries in the workplace, and we do have injuries on our roads, and it can stop people from living the life that they otherwise thought they would have. About this. Now, John is really well qualified on so many fronts to talk to you today and share his story. John was a former life insurance agent from Ballarat in Victoria and had a really thriving career, a thriving business in this area. He's happily married at the time to his wife Angie and brought up 4 teenage daughters, and then he was critically injured in a serious motor accident and suffered severe long-term injuries. Now, this was at 42 years of age, so John and Ange have 4 children. They were still in secondary school, paying off the dream home, cars on a lease, many other financial commitments. John was told that he would never work again, losing his ability to earn an income. Now, fortunately for John, he had some income protection, which saved his family in a financial sense. Now, John spends his time talking at various forums, and we're really privileged to have John talking to all of you today. He promotes not only road safety, but also speaks about the importance of insurance, of income protection, and importantly, having the right level of cover. John's been nominated for Australian of the Year in 2013 and 14. He's appeared in many forums across the Westpac Group and on public television. Can you please join me in giving a big Westpac welcome to John Maher?
When I was aged 28, I moved to Bendigo as the agency manager. By the time I got to age 42, I had 32 agents and 4 staff working for me. We were incredibly successful, the second most successful life office for that company in Victoria. What I'm now going to do is fast forward in my life and my family's life just one day. We're going forward now to Sunday the 4th of April 1993. The place is still Axedale, just outside of Bendigo. The time is 12 noon. My destination was to be a cricket function. Ange went to church at Axedale, and I said, I'm not coming to church today, Ange. I'm going to go out and make sure everything's set up and ready to go at the barbecue. I'll see you when you get out there. I wasn't to get there. My destiny, in fact, was to be a car crash, and it was my car crash. I'd borrowed Michelle's car, the bottom one, and I was on my way out to the cricket function, and as I was going into Axedale, I was in the 80-kilometre zone. I was slowing towards 60. I saw a 4-wheel drive coming towards me out of the 60-kilometre zone. I noticed it lose control. It veered really quickly across the road in front of me. It then swerved back again. I came to a complete stop on the highway. It rolled up the road towards me, and as you can see, it's bounced up in the air. I lost complete sight of it. It went that high, and it landed upside down on the roof and bonnet of my car. I was knocked unconscious, and the first thing that I remember when I came to for the first time was someone outside the car saying, whoever is in there has got to be dead. And the reason he was saying that was because the roof of my car was on the door sills all the way around the car. What saved my life was both front seats broke and laid me back into the back seat with the roof hard down on top of me and the 4-wheel drive on top of that. So what do you think of a car crash now? I'm walking up and down in a hydro pool. I had to do that for 5 months to try and get my body going again. I'm in counselling. I've got 4 girls that I'm trying to educate at Catholic College in Bendigo. We're paying off our home loan. And I've now got the sack. A car crash is not just a car crash, especially if someone lives through it. So I was told that I was unemployable at age 42 years old. 42. It was the specialist in Melbourne that told me that first, and I said rubbish. And then the specialist in Bendigo told me the same thing, and finally my insurance company told me that. And the reason that they had terminated my employment was because they had my medical information. And they knew that the frontal lobe damage was the real issue. This is a financial disaster. My employment was terminated 4 months after my car crash. And that means that your income stops immediately. At the time, I lost an income of in excess of $150,000 a year. Thank heavens for income protection. I tell everyone who works in the insurance or the advice industry that they should all put on the top of their computer, thank heavens for income protection. Because I'm telling you, it saved us as a family. The policy that I took out back when I was 36 years old was the best income protection policy you could get then. I've seen what you can offer people now, and it is light years ahead of what was available back then. But you think this type of thing might never happen to you or one of your clients. And yet, on the 18th of November 1995, just 30 months, 2.5 years after I had my car crash in which Emma was killed, Carmen, my baby girl, was killed in a car crash. I stand up here in front of all of you, and I've been doing this for 16 years, and I stand up here as a broken dad. And I have to tell you that please don't think for a split second, don't think for an instant in your life that this type of thing cannot happen to you. I'll go back now to the income protection policy. The premium I paid in 1987 was $1,020. The total premiums I paid over the 6 years was $7,800. I was paid over the next 16 years $1.1 million. Does anyone here believe that insurance works? So what of our future? I'm now 63 years old. I was insured right through till age 65. And I can tell you, I was able to ring my insurance company in 2007 to say I now no longer need the insurance. And they stopped paying me, which was great. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't actually see a person that I truly believed could never work again. I believed in myself. So now I talk to the insurance industry, the banking industry, the finance industry on income protection. Because when I first went into insurance, and even while I was in insurance for all those years as a manager, I thought that the most important insurance policies that you had was your life insurance, your term insurance, your superannuation. And I was 100% incorrect. The most important insurance protection every person should have is to protect your income. That is the most important. And if you don't believe me, go back to your office and get a blank piece of paper and write your annual income on that blank piece of paper. And then reach into your drawer and pull out a black texture and put a big black line through it. See how long you will last. See how long your bank account will keep you afloat. See how long your investment portfolio will last, and sit back and watch the house of cards fall down around your ears. This is what the insurances is all about. It allows families to grow together with protection, with security, with that umbrella over the top of us that will look after us. And you people need to become not good at your job. I want you to become great. You need to become great. The first review that you should do in the area of income protection, when you get back to your office, sit down and review your own. Review your own situation. Review it for yourself, for your husband or your wife, and your kids and your family. And then once you see that situation, go straight to your client base, because they need your help desperately and quickly. And I wish you greatness as you speak to your clients. Thank you.